Hello, AP Human Lions. This is your AP Human Jordan Expert Groups video helper. All four of the groups are going to have the same video in it, but I'm going to show you some of the different ways to use some of the resources in this Mac MBA group. So you're going to go to readylibrary.com. You can click on AP Human Jordan Expert Groups. You will notice here that there are 4 different links to the 4 different groups. This video helper will be linked right here and embedded right here. So I'm going to go into each of these 4 groups and talk about the resources and then the searches. So in each group, the view instructions is going to have a little bit about this particular issue, a little explanation, and then there's going to be some links to some resources as well as some suggested database advanced search terms. So for each group, they're going to have this up here. Then down here are going to be the exact same resources in each of the 4 groups down here. But these suggested advanced search terms are what you're going to use to search in these 4 databases right here. Because you don't have a lot of time, I suggest that you find, if you need other resources in addition to what's provided here, that you look for really quality critical essays, academic journals, or really good news source articles in these. So for this one, this is the Arab-Israeli conflict. My suggested advanced search terms are Jordan, Jordanian, Israel or Israeli, and Arab. And so I'm going to go to the InfoTrack newsstand on this one. And for each of these, I'm going to suggest that you go to the advanced search. Because if you do a basic search, it's going to yield too many results. And so then I'm going to suggest that you put in a combination and try different combinations of these words. So I'm going to put in Jordan. I'm going to put in Israeli. And then I'm going to put in Arab. And I'm going to click search. Now, even with 3 of those search terms, I still have almost 50,000 news articles. So one of the things you can do on this is bring up the newest information on those articles here. And then you'll notice there's only 1 academic journal for this topic, so you might want to check that one out. But then you can go back to the advanced search and do some different searching in here. Okay, so try some different combinations, try some different words to search. InfoTrack newsstand is going to be your news content source. So a lot of everything in here is going to be a news source. Contains this many articles, but it contains thousands of news sources, both newspapers, news outlets, TV sources, all of those types of news outlets are going to be in this one. Okay, so back over here, we're going to click on this Jordan group refugees. Again, all of the information is up here for that. And now I'm going to show you student resources and context. And so again, I've created some advanced search terms that you may want to use. And so student resources and context, again, we're going to go to the advanced search. And we're going to use a combination of these search terms. So we're going to do Jordan, refugee, and we're going to, you can always change your Boolean operators to include or not include different things. So, and then I'm also going to do or refugee camps search. So this really limited my search on this particular, using that particular combination of search terms. So there's 159 news items, 22 magazines. So here, this would be a great place for you to look at the magazines and see if there is, you know, a really good article. The other thing you're going to want to look at is the currency of these articles. You know, something from 1991 is not going to be near as pertinent as something from 2016. However, you may be able to learn something about this issue in the past by looking at some of these older articles. But that is one way that you can search is then clicking on and going in and looking at the sources for those articles. Okay. All right, so let's go back and now let's do Jordan Group Women. And you'll notice again, advanced search terms. And so for this one, I'm going to do the Academic One file. This is going to be a lot of comprehensive collection of authoritative periodicals and scholarly journals. So again, I'm going to click on the advanced search, and I'm going to do a combination search again. Jordan. I'm going to change this to or, and I'm going to do Jordanian, and I'm going to do women. I can't see, my cursor's in the way. And so academic journals, there's 10,000 academic journal articles on this particular topic. And so it's sorting them by relevance, which for this topic is probably going to be a pretty good sort for me. But you can, scroll through and look at these, and again, try different combinations of those advanced search terms. All right, so the last one is the environmental and economic challenges. For this one, feel free to add to these advanced search terms. I mean, these are not the only ones you can use. These are just what I'm suggesting you start with. So for this one, we're going to do opposing viewpoints and context. This particular database is going to offer you views on both sides of the issue. Again, I'm going to go to the advanced search, and I'm going to go Jordan, and I'm going to go water or energy. I'm going to click search. Okay, and so there's 239 viewpoints articles on this. 409 statistics. There's images, there's reference articles, some magazines, and some news, and even some academic journals. So you might find a really great source in this. And then the other thing is it's going to give you, the viewpoints is going to give you both sides of the issue. So that is a great database for that. All of these databases, make sure that you cite your sources in APA. All of these have the same kind of thing. So if I was going to use this article, I would come over here and click on Citation Tools, and then I would choose the APA citation right here. Because you're doing such a short time of research on this, you can still sign in with Google and download the article to your Google Drive if you want, if your group mates want to do that. In your Mac and VIA group, I included Scribble, so if you've started using Scribble and you like Scribble and you want to use it for this assignment, you can. This right here is just telling you about the different types of sources, the differences between magazines, books, academic journals, newspapers, online encyclopedias, and then which databases to find those types of sources in, and then how to use them in your research. Because you're having to write an APA position paper for this assignment, even though it's short, you still want to make sure that you're looking at quality sources, because the better your sources are, the better your points for your position paper are going to be. As always, if you guys have any questions or you need any assistance along the way, please feel free to email me, lambertn@friscoisd.org, or feel free to come by and see me in the library. Thanks so much, Lions.